Hey guys, just out here getting some vitamin D after we serve, and yeah, so and just kind of reflecting on the joy of the 2 week wait, because that's what we got going on right now. Is I'm in the middle of my 2 week wait. I have 4 more days. On Thursday, I take my tests, and it's really hard to not take a test, especially when you start feeling twinges and you're starting to you're starting to feel kind of the quote unquote classic kind of implantation stuff. So, sore, being sore in spots and feeling twinges and feeling aches and pains and um, all that. And so it's really hard not to just kind of like jump the gun and be like, okay, am I not, am I? But I am going to hold fast, and I'm not going to take a test until Thursday, even though this is driving me crazy. Cause all I wanted to know, right? It's hard, and I definitely think it's the kind of one of the curses of infertility. What, even when you're trying with a partner and you're just trying naturally, and you've been like following your ovulation, and you've been doing all that, you never know when you actually get pregnant. Like, you never know when you actually, the date you actually kind of conceived. Whereas with IVF and IUI, you have a pretty good idea of when you conceive, because everything is so timed. And so right now, day 6 through 12, which would mean now until Tuesday, it the implantation window. So it's usually between 6 to 12 day 6 and day 12, that you have an implantation of the embryo. And then the embryo attaches and starts growing, and that's where you get the implantation pain. You kind of feel twinges. Some people have spotting or bleeding, um, and that typically normal. I've never experienced that, even with my two confirmed chemical pregnancies. I did, feel twinges, and I think I've said before, I have noticed that during implantation and during kind of early pregnancy, I get really tired and I want to take a nap, which is not like me at all. So that's kind of one of the first signs that I've noticed, at least with the last two, that I'm probably pregnant. But as anybody will tell you, every pregnancy is different. Your symptoms are different with every pregnancy. Um, and so it's just nerve wracking to sit there and to hope and to pray and to have your hopes up, and to get your hopes going. And I've been trying to be a lot more calm with this one, a lot of praying, a lot of having people pray for me. I've been listening to some Bible studies that are about being, wanting to have a child, and that longing, and being patient and understanding that God is good and it'll happen when it happens. And it's really hard to always believe in a good God when you're struggling, and when you want something so bad and the answer always seems to be no. But that's just being patient. And so that's where I'm at, and trying. I haven't been as dedicated, if I'm honest with myself, about doing all the things that I typically do. I don't know if it's burnout. I don't know if it's just not wanting to jump through all the hoops, and could those hoops can cause anxiety. So trying to drink implantation drink like pomegranate juice and pineapple juice, and trying to eat implantation food, like Brazil nuts. Drink my pregnancy tea, which I have to admit I haven't done it in a couple days, just because you have to drink it 3 times a day, and life's just seemed very busy right now to kind of add those additional things. So I'm trying really hard to be gracious with myself and understand that I can't change the outcome. I mean, yes, I could do things to help it along, and I haven't had a soda in almost 2 weeks. I've been trying to actively, choose food that is better for you, like salads and sandwiches that are actually on the healthier side, and only having, one helping, and not, trying to be mindful of what I'm eating. And then just, count the days down. I am on progesterone, so every other day I shoot 1 milliliter, 1 cc of progesterone, and hopefully that'll helping whatever's going on. And again, the goal right now is to have that positive pregnancy test, and then get to week 6 where we can actually do a heartbeat test and actually do actual measurements, and then from there just kind of have that progression and have that slow march until viability. I don't know how I'm going to react if I'm not. I'm trying to be very positive and say that I am. And again, when everyone ever asks me how I am, I always say I'm poopo. I'm pregnant till proven otherwise, or pregnant, or I just trying to be very positive. I don't believe in manifestation. I don't believe you create anything. I don't think you have that power, but I do believe that you can be positive, and you can have faith, and you can hope, and you can pray and beseech, and all that. So that's kind of how my last week and a half had gone. A lot of praying, a lot of trying to be in tune with my body, feeling how I feel, and trying to walk that very fine line between hope and cautiousness, and believing with my whole heart, but also kind of trying to guard my heart. It's a mess. I mean, this is IUI number 6, and IUI number 1 was just over a year ago in April, and that wasn't positive. And then a year ago, about the time I was basically about to get pregnant, or find out I was pregnant with my first miscarriage. And so, the difference from a year ago to now, with having what had amounted to 3 failed IUIs and 2 chemical pregnancies. It's really hard to stay positive and to kind of believe that stick is going to say positive. And then for me now, obviously, I've seen a positive pregnancy test. I've seen many positive pregnancy tests. But so now it's getting the positive pregnancy test, and then getting that blood work, and having my HCG doubling like it's supposed to. And, seeing the pregnancy progress is kind of the next milestone. And I'm a more hopeful than I would say, in October and November when I had my last 2. I think I was a lot more pessimistic with those last 2. The October one was the first one post chemical pregnancy, post miscarriage. And then the November one, was, I think there was a lot of burnout and a lot of frustration. And knowing that if this one didn't work, we were moving to IVF. And then with IVF failing and my body just not responding, it kind of feels like a fresh start with IUI. I don't know. I'm just trying to be positive, trying to be optimistic, and hopefully, I will have good news in the middle of this week. Just gotta get through the middle of the rest of my week, and get to Thursday, and hope and pray. So, as always, like and share and subscribe. Comment too, please. And yeah, thank you for sticking around this long, and take care. Bye.